At the beginning of the story, we see some people working in a mine. Suddenly, there is an explosion, and a man named Oliver, who works in that mine, runs to help and rescues people. However, among them, a man named Teddy dies, and his dead body is brought home. His wife sees it and cries bitterly. The scene shifts, and we see a beautiful girl named Connie at a party. A man named Clifford approaches her. He is very polite. After some conversation, they are impressed by each other and start dancing together. But Connie's friend Duncan doesn't like this at all, as their meeting had turned into love. After this, the two get married. During the wedding, they both vow to remain loyal to each other forever and never leave each other. Their married life was going very well. However, Clifford soon has to go to the battlefield because he is a soldier. During the war, Clifford gets injured and is sent home. We see that Clifford comes home today, and everyone is very happy. They stand outside the house to welcome him. Seeing Clifford, Connie becomes very happy. But we also see that during the war, Clifford has become paralyzed from the waist down. Now, Clifford is helpless due to his condition. He thanks everyone and goes inside. Connie is happy to see Clifford, but deep down, she is very sad. She had never thought that such a turn would come in their life full of happiness. Saddened by this, Clifford even tries to take his own life, but Connie stops him and reassures him that she will always be with him. On the other side, we see Oliver writing a letter to his fiancée, saying that this time, he is not working in a mine but is in the war. However, when Oliver comes home on leave, he finds his fiancée with another man and, without meeting her, leaves from there. Later, Oliver goes to Clifford to ask for work. During a conversation, Clifford finds out that Oliver had also worked under him in the war. Clifford is very impressed by him and gives him the job of taking care of his birds. Now, Clifford, using his wealth, buys a car for himself. While riding in it, he feels as if his legs have returned. One day, he goes with Connie to meet Oliver, who lives in a war-damaged cottage and takes care of the birds. There, Connie sees Oliver. At first glance, she starts feeling something for him. After returning, Connie gives Oliver a hint, but Oliver doesn't understand. The next day, a maid comes to Connie and says that Oliver is asking for the key to the cottage. So, Connie herself goes to give the key to him. But when Connie reaches Oliver, he doesn't speak to her properly and says that there was no need for her to trouble herself. Connie gets angry at Oliver's behavior and leaves. The next day, Oliver writes a letter to Connie, apologizing for his behavior. After this, Connie goes to meet him at his cottage, where Oliver, shirtless, is working. Seeing Oliver's body, Connie loses control of herself. Oliver notices this and immediately puts his shirt back on, out of respect for her. Connie really likes this place, and she starts visiting him regularly. Gradually, they both become intimate. One day, Clifford throws a party at his house, where Duncan is also present. Clifford sees Connie and Duncan dancing together, and he doesn't like it at all. The next morning, Clifford tells Connie that for her, having a child is more important than her husband. Connie has always wanted a child, and Clifford feels that this is why Connie is getting close to Duncan. But Connie gets very angry at this. Clifford says that it doesn't matter who the father is as long as the child is his. Furious, Connie goes to Oliver and becomes intimate with him again. Later, Connie finds out that she is pregnant, and she tells Clifford about it. Clifford is furious and demands to know the name of the father, but Connie refuses to tell him. One day, Clifford goes to meet Oliver and asks Connie to come with him. While they are leaving, Oliver comes from behind and kisses Connie. They are kissing when Clifford calls out to Connie. Clifford's car had gotten stuck in the mud. Oliver comes and pushes the car out. But during this, Oliver faints because his lungs had been damaged from working in the mines. Connie tells Clifford to stop Oliver, or else he will die. But Clifford doesn't do anything. Somehow, Oliver manages to free the car and leaves. Later, Connie meets Oliver. Angrily, Oliver tells her that he worked for 12 years in the mines, ruining his lungs, and was then sent to fight in the war. He says his life is not like theirs. Hearing this, Connie hugs him. After this, Connie returns to Clifford's house, where she asks for a divorce. Clifford refuses and asks to call Oliver. When Oliver arrives, both Connie and Oliver argue with Clifford, and they leave his house. As they are leaving, Clifford finally agrees to give Connie a divorce. Friends, this film does not justify Connie's actions in any way. What Connie did to Clifford was not right. The director leaves it to you to decide who is right and who is wrong. And with this, the story ends.